Good morning everybody. I welcome you back on another video on meditation which we have been sharing with you for the past few weeks. The topic of discussion today shall be meditation in relation to pleasure and happiness. If you open up a dictionary and try to see the meaning of pleasure and happiness, you will see that both words are termed as synonyms, meaning that they have the same meaning. But in the spiritual world, actually happiness and pleasure are two different things. When we talk of pleasure, it is related to our five senses, namely the sense of hearing, touch, eating, seeing, hearing. All these senses gives you pleasure. So pleasure is something which is related and conditioned to your body. We need external factors to get pleasure, like eating a good food, hearing a good music, seeing a nice movie. When you do these things with your senses through your body, you get pleasure. So pleasure is a gratification of one or more of your senses. But what happens is that when the external condition stops or vanishes, the pleasure stops. And the more you repeat the pleasure, the presence of the conditions must be met. So the gratification of the senses comes through the senses of the body. Whereas happiness is something which is permanent. When you touch your soul through meditation, you get the feeling of happiness. It does not require any external, physical, material condition for you to be happy. Now, how do we get happiness? When somebody is unhappy, it means that there is something lacking in his or her life. And normally, what is lacking is material needs or desires which have not been fulfilled. So when the person lacks all these desires, the person is frustrated and it gives a feeling of unhappiness. Now, desires comes through your mind and comes through your thoughts. This is where meditation comes into the picture. When you meditate, you control your mind so that you are able to control the quantity of thoughts which flood your mind. It controls also the desires that you have. Now, when you meditate, that does not mean you become desireless. On the contrary, what happens is that you are able to control your desires. You will agree that there are many desires which are material things, and some desires are materialized and some desires are not materialized. When desires are materialized, you feel happy. When desires are not materialized, you feel unhappy. But through the process of meditation, daily, morning and evening, you become the master of your mind. This is a very important thing. When you become the master of your mind, automatically you become the master of your senses as well. So, if you are controlling your mind and your senses, you are calm. You are not frustrated by desires which are not fulfilled. You become a calm person. So this is how meditation will help you to control your desires and bring you happiness. One thing you have to remember also is that happiness comes from the interior of you. So it is only you who decide whether you'll be happy or unhappy. But most people will tell you, I am unhappy with my situation, material, emotional, physical, and so on. But to be happy is a state which comes from inside of you. And when you meditate, you activate your chakras to be healthy, to be vibrating at very high levels, so that you start the transition from a conditioned human being, meaning a person who is conditioned with material life, And then you go towards an unconditioned human being. An unconditioned human being is somebody who will be able to reach different levels of happiness. Happiness is related to bliss. Happiness is related to ecstasy. So this is what you experience during 15 minutes of meditation. When there is absolutely no thought in your mind, you feel calm, you feel neutral. You are not affected by the incessant flow of desires. And this is the aim of life, to be happy. So whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you have a car, whether you don't have a car, whether you don't have a big title or you are a simple person, happiness is independent of all these factors. You may have a very simple life, but yet you are happy. Or you may have a very extravagant life, yet you are unhappy. So what is missing? That missing link is that you are not a master of your body, you are not a master of your senses. So how to become a master of your mind and of your senses is through meditation. And I guarantee you, through regular practice, through practice of meditation in class, among groups of persons, then you shall be able to develop that power of your mind to make yourself happy. Remember, you are what your mind is. If your mind is confused, you are confused. If your mind is not in control of your body and of your senses, then you are unhappy. So you can be happy even if you are simple, if you are spiritual, and if you don't have extravagance in your life. So whatever the amount of pleasure you put into your life, you will not get that level which we will call happiness. Any amount of material satisfaction through your five senses will never give you happiness. It will only give you repeated pleasures. But through meditation, you control your life, you master your body, you master your senses, then you become a happy person, whatever the external conditions. So this is what I wanted to explain to you, dear viewers. I hope you will make good practice of what I have showed you today. So until the next video, I wish you a lovely day and see you very soon. Thank you very much.